Hi guys, thanks for joining me today. Welcome to my channel. My name's Annie and I am going to be doing a spread for the sign of Taurus for the month of April 2019. If you like what you see, please hit the like button. I would really appreciate it. Subscribe if you'd like to see more, and that little bell that bell symbol is going to give you notifications on when I post things. All right, so we'll shuffle your cards. I did pre-shuffle and meditate a little bit already for the sign of Taurus, April 2019. For the sign of Taurus for April 2019. Messages for their highest good. All right, and just a general reminder, these are general readings, so not all of it will resonate with all of you. Take what resonates. If there's a message here that helps you, that is my goal. That would make my day. If it doesn't though, don't force it to try and fit. Just let it go. Check out your sun, moon, rising signs, that time, and even Venus. Sometimes that can help. And other than that, let's get started. But have fun with it. That's what the point of these videos are. It's to enlighten your day, make things brighter, open you up to new ideas and possibilities. All right, so heart of your matter is the King of Wands and the, let's see, Six of Wands. Wow, that's beautiful energy. Okay. I will show you these as we go. Actually, I'll just do it now. You have the Eight of Cups. Past, you have the Knight of Pentacles. There is a little bit of a glare. I have a lot of sun coming in, which feels so good, so that's why I'm doing it in the sun. You have the Queen of Wands. In your future, you have Hangman. The U card, you have the World. Beautiful. This is going to be your outside environment, what's around you. The Moon. Sorry, I'm covering these up. Isn't that a cool card? Love that. I think the pictures on these cards are badass. So your guidance, you have the Ace of Swords, and your outcome is going to be, is that the Seven of Swords? Yeah, the Seven of Swords. Interesting. Okay, cool. That's your base spread. Bottom of the deck, you have the Page of Wands. You actually have a couple of the same cards that Aries got. So at the end, we'll look at that, but we'll keep kind of the Page of Wands in mind as we go through this spread. I'll note in the descriptions what decks I'm using too for those who are interested. I have already shuffled these, but for your clarifiers, we'll shuffle them one more time. And we will get going. All right, general reading. Not Aries, I just did Aries. Taurus, April 2019. Last shuffle for the sign of Taurus, April 2019. All right, so you have the King of Wands with the Six of Wands. Six of Wands is a victory card. It's self-confidence. And those are, sometimes your opposing factors are like kind of the two factors that you're focused on most now, or in the month of April. And I mean, you know, time is just a system we put in place to kind of keep us on track here, but you know, this could be 2 weeks before April, this could be 2 weeks after. Take it as it resonates. What else can we get clarifying the King of Wands and the Six of Wands, please? Ooh, the Ace of Wands. All right. Lots of fire energy. There's confidence here. Let's see what else we can get. Yeah, there's confidence and new beginnings. So you have two aces. That's awesome. You have the Ace of Wands, that's fire energy, Aries, Leo, Sag, and the Ace of Swords here, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Doesn't have to be. And then again, this is your cross spread. So victory with the King of Wands. The King of Wands is more masculine energy. We both have masculine and feminine, no matter what gender you are. Don't read into the gender. But yeah, the King of Wands is someone who's very creative. He's very passionate. He enjoys travel. He enjoys his freedom. He's fun to be around. He can sometimes be the life of the party, but he's the work hard, play hard type. But it's an older, matured energy, so it isn't that flighty energy per se of the Knight of Wands. But the King of Wands has come from that energy in his past, potentially. So, Six of Wands. Yeah, I'm getting that you have victoriously or triumphantly come through some, I don't know if it's a battle, but you may have completed some project or some task or walked away from something, and you're feeling really powerful and like unstoppable. There's a lot of pride here, and it's not ego. But yeah, something reinvigorated you to feel fiery and excited again. Because you're an earth sign, so that's very different energy. Earth is it's very grounded, right? It's of the earth, right? It's kind of nature and serene, and fire is very like amped up and passionate, and it spreads like wildfire, so to say. So you sort of have that energy flowing through you, Taurus, like spreading like wildfire through your earthiness, if you will. And with this, there's a new idea because of it. Let's see what else we can get to see more. So I do get that you are moving away from something with the Eight of Cups, and again, I think triumphantly or victoriously. Ooh, yeah, again, you're coming into your power there. You have the Magician here. So this is someone who uses the tools that are in front of them, and these tools are symbolic of the four elements. So you have Pentacles for earth, you have swords for logic, communication, clarity, you have wands, those fire signs we just talked about, and then you have cups for emotions, right? And I just really like that card. But this is someone who kind of knows their power and is good at really manifesting. So I do think you are manifesting a new beginning, because with this, there's something existing in the mental space. There's been like a huge confidence builder, and Eight of Cups is walking away from something. And it's not always something bad. Eight of Cups is forward movement because you're not settling. It's almost like you've proven to yourself that you're capable of more than you thought originally. And so you're moving on to your Nine of Cups from the Eight. The Nine of Cups is your wish fulfillment. It's headed towards that dream come true, right? And it's almost like if it wasn't before, all of a sudden your Nine of Cups, your wish fulfillment, is more tangible now. It's more within reach. It's at minimum, it's within your headspace, and that there's that spark of wanting to manifest what it is that you want in your life. I feel like I'm not expressing what's going on in my head very well. Let's see. Yeah, awesome. So you have a really good foundation, really good stability, the Four of Wands. The Four of Wands can sometimes be like a marriage or even a celebration. And even because it's like a child looking up at this big post, it's almost like you are looking up to the future. You are seeing potentials. It's just seeing upward, right, to the sky, to spirit, to the universe, to something. There's been spiritual growth here, right? Yeah. It is the 1111 card. I know sometimes people read into that of, it's something you're being divinely guided to. Sometimes like the whole twin flame thing, but I don't know if this is so much about a relationship yet, so I'm not going to go there until that presents itself. Okay. But yeah, like holy crap, Taurus. These are all like really, really good. It's like you're standing in your power. Okay, so in your past we have the Knight of Pentacles. So Earth, slow forward movements. Knight of Pentacles is mutable Earth, I believe. So that would be Virgo. What can we get for this Knight of Pentacles? Okay. So you have I'm sorry, not the Knight of Swords. You have the Five of Swords. It did come up in reverse. So Five of Swords, traditionally, is somebody looking back in the past at actions they took and not feeling wholeheartedly confident or proud of how they handled the situation. It's like you won the battle, but you didn't win the war, per se. That's sort of my card for this. But in this deck, she's kind of smiling and chuckling. So again, but the people in the back are still a little bit sad, and like they may have suffered some sort of trauma because of it. So this could be playing dirty or something, but in the reverse, it's not so much that energy. It's more positive. So either it's moving forward confidently and not even looking back to care, moving away from somebody that kind of played some mental tricks or mental games with you. But really, I think it speaks more to confidence, mental confidence with the swords. If we just take it kind of at face value, the Five of Swords, it's that looking back quality, and I don't think you're looking back anymore. You've come through something, and it may have taken a longer time for you to get to with this Knight of Pentacles. You may have just kind of been slowly creeping along. Anything else for the past? What can we get for one more? I'll take. The Fool in reverse. Okay, so I think there was this resistance to kind of come into your own and start anew. You didn't have kind of this lighthearted confidence to just trust in yourself and sort of jump off the cliff in the confidence that, yeah, I'll land on my feet, I'll figure it out. In the upright, the Fool is all about new beginnings and kind of, it is kind of that jumping off the cliff, not knowing where you're going to land and being okay with it. You don't have any fear or self-doubt because you just are. It's a young, innocent energy on this journey of life. It's not necessarily a child or someone who's ignorant. It's not that. So yeah, let's see. I think in the reverse, you were maybe less likely to take risks. I'm wondering what it is, this victory that occurred that made you move forward so kind of, that made you feel like you were in that King of Wands energy, Taurus. Did you walk away from someone who kind of did cause you some mental unclarity? That's not the word. Mental baggage, but yeah, maybe someone in your past didn't have the best intentions. Yeah, even this, the Seven of Swords, and again, there's different readings on the Seven of Swords, but I'm going off of what this card is, and there is this darker energy. And much like the Five of Swords, they're looking back, right? And I always like to read into, this person isn't resting with their thoughts, right? See those Four of Swords that are up on the wall? Instead, they're carrying technically Three of Swords with the one in their hand, right? So bear with me here. Three of Swords, heartbreak, right? So there's some pain that this person is still carrying that's influencing their actions. The Two of Swords may indicate they've made a poor decision, right? Decision making is the Two of Swords. And why is it a poor decision? Because their sword of truth is pointed down. So yeah, there isn't great energy there. So it could have been somebody in the past who yeah, kind of played mind games with you. That did come up in reverse, so I'm just sensing that, yeah, it was like a really lower negative energy that you were slowly trying to move away from, but maybe it did break your confidence a little bit. Let's see what else we can get. So you have the Queen of Wands, your goals, purpose, your potential like beliefs. Sorry for the glare. So already you have a kind of a matching pair. You have the King of Wands and the Queen of Wands. That's Aries, Leo, Sag energy. Creative people, very passionate people. So you're already in that energy, clarified by that victory, that triumphant feeling, riding through the parade, everybody kind of looking up at you. That's your energy. Coming into your power. What else can we get for the Queen of Wands here? Maybe you're looking for your counterpart, someone who is equally as high vibrational, someone who, I'm not getting arrogance off of this, especially just with the Magician and this really innocent Four of Wands. It's like you're celebrating yourself. You're moving on to your wish fulfillment, and it's almost like you're setting this beautiful table, even if it's just for yourself. It's like, yeah, because I deserve to be surrounded by beautiful ribbons and feel like I'm dining at a party. Maybe you're looking for someone or something that matches your vibe. If you're the King of Wands, you're looking for your counterpart, the Queen of Wands. Again, gender doesn't really matter here. Oops, these fell out. Wow, you had a lot fell out here. Okay, so the Sun, these are beautiful. Right there. Aw, want the Six of Cups. So the Sun is happiness. It's one of those beautiful, lighthearted cards in the deck. You want the Sun. It's just bliss. It's good feeling. It's exactly how the Sun makes you feel, right? The Six of Cups is childhood. It can be nostalgia. It can be looking back in the past sometimes. But it can also just be something that you find really emotionally fulfilling. And see this woman kind of reaching out to the child to give him some potted flowers, like, or vice versa. We don't really know. It's just something that makes you feel like, aw, that's the Six of Cups. I believe it's Scorpio energy. The Sun is Leo. I haven't really been reading those off, but I'll go back and do those. Let's see. And then you had the Hangman in reverse. So in the upright, that's someone who's kind of taken self-imposed rest. It's not a delay. It's kind of just taking a step back for a second. It's not movement forward. It's literally looking at things from a different perspective, right? Because she's upside down. But with the four she's making with her legs, fours tend to be balance and stability. So it's like you're seeking some balance and stability here. And yeah, it's someone who maybe in the reverse, I'm going to say here, it's someone who doesn't always see something the way everybody else sees it. In some case, they're enlightened. In that way, sometimes they have a little, like a light, like halo crown around them in the Hangman energy. In this card it doesn't. Yeah, but it's in the reverse. So let's see what we can get for that. I do think you are looking for a counterpart, something or someone. Typically the court cards are people. So I feel like you're looking for your counterpart, your queen, whatever that means, Queen of Wands, someone who's passionate and creative, someone who knows their beauty and their power, both internal and external. It's not like someone who has to beat their face every morning to look beautiful. It's not that. Yeah, but I think you're looking for someone who just kind of oozes this energy of just like, oh my God, beautiful. Like she's dancing in like a ball gown in a field full of sunflowers with like a beautiful sky behind her. Lots of fire energy with Leo and Queen of Wands. But I'm getting it's someone who's just free from like social constraints, someone who doesn't see things the way the rest of the world does. There's a freedom about them. And maybe an innocence, I don't know if it's so much naive. It's more, it's someone who's very giving for one thing. Someone who has great potential, or someone who offers beautiful things to the world around them, without worrying about the give and take. Because again, when you're in your highest vibration, you know what reciprocation is, and you don't give more than you receive, or vice versa. There's good balance there. Yeah, I'm getting it's like you're looking for someone like you who's just been woken up. Like this almost has like a sleep quality to it, but in the reverse, it's like you're coming out of Hangman energy and someone who's been awakened to just like the beauty that life offers. Yeah, I'm just getting like how life is beautiful. These three cards in particular, sorry. Yeah, there is lots of feminine energy attached to that. I know fire signs are typically masculine, but again, we all have masculine and feminine. There is a lot of feminine energy to that though, so interesting. Maybe just because it is nurturing, like the nurturing side of our personalities, someone who cares about the environment, about the earth, about people. Could be someone who's an artist. That would make a lot of sense. And this could be you too. If it's not someone you're looking for, it's this section can kind of be like your goals or your attitudes, and it could just be you kind of starting over as like whatever this new truth or idea is that you recently had. It's like fully stepping into it and kind of, yeah, just I guess sort of leaving the past behind. I'm still feeling a little bit vague about the past, but there was definite mental baggage there. Both of these cards in reverse. I'm going back to your past just because, I don't know, I want more clarity there. So sword energy in reverse. So negative thoughts, negative communications. You do have the 7 and the 5, which add up to 13, which is the death card. So maybe there was necessary movement forward so that you could walk away from that death. This is how it looks to me. I'm just showing you what it looks like on my board. Yeah, I think you're moving away from this, whatever it was. And I mean, you are the Earth sign, right? Taurus. You have the Knight of Pentacles there, moving away. So you're showing up in this deck as the World. And I mean, hell yeah, you are. All of, like, this is like such a beautiful spread because it does show a lot of self-confidence and, yeah, just being really in your energy. Oh, I'm sorry, I skipped your future. My mistake, I'm so sorry. We'll go back to the World. So in your future, you have Hangman in reverse. I'm sorry, this is Hangman upright. The Hangman is supposed to be in reverse. But what I meant by that is that you got it in the reverse before, so it's like you're coming into Hangman energy in the upright. I know that's confusing. Stick with me. Stick with me. So how I was talking about that enlightened feeling, I'm actually thinking this is more you. If it could resonate if you're looking for your counterpart that has all those beautiful qualities I was talking about. But it's like you already have them and you possess them, and I think you're fully embracing them. I say that because of this card. It's like this newfound freedom. You're just dancing like, hell yeah, this is who I am. It's such a great energy. I like that card. So you're going from, like I was saying, sort of resistant to being awakened to these important ideas or these important messages that you're receiving. And here it's like you're actually in it. This one actually does have that enlightened crown. Frequently, I'll show you them both in the... Frequently, the Hangman always sits with that, his legs in that downward 4 position. You know how I was saying 4s are about stability, right? So it's like, in the reverse, with this one, you were metaphorically standing on one leg, trying to find that balance. So once you went into the state of rest, you had this crown, this yellow crown of illumination, of realization. So that maybe you're able to move forward because you've seen things, you've seen yourself, you've seen a person from a different perspective. And the Hangman is card number 12 in the tarot deck. Moving forward comes death, 13, comes transformation, which I think is needed. It's like you were moving away from it here, but I don't know if you totally transformed yet. So it's almost like in your future, after you do maybe a little bit of soul searching, yeah, it's self-imposed rest is what the Hangman is. So taking a step back to really look at the situation in front of you. We'll get a couple clarifiers for that. Sorry, I feel like I've been rambling. Ooh, interesting. Yeah. So you have the Empress. What a beautiful card. This is one of my favorite cards in the deck. And see how she's being illuminated by sunshine there? And this is the card of Taurus, I believe. The Empress is Taurus and... Oh no. Taurus and Libra? Don't quote me on that. But again, she's of the earth. She's the Mother Earth card. There's so much potential for growth in the universe, in the environment, and that's frequently shown by her pregnant belly, right? She's creating things. And yeah, it's like something inside of her has been realized. These kind of go together, right? That sunlight. Those messages you're receiving, those downloads from spirit or from whatever you believe in. Yeah, it's like there's something ripe that's being creative and, again, manifested, right, inside of you with the Magician. And it hasn't quite been brought to, I want to say, like, to term yet. It hasn't quite hatched. But it's already inside of you and it's growing. Even this Empress has kind of that golden wand she's holding, that Magician energy. That's very cool for Taurus. I like that a lot. And the Hangman is, I believe, Pisces energy. It's Neptune. So then we're going to move on to the World. So this is you, the World. The World is the completion of the cycle. It's the very last card of the major arcana. It's balance. And it's complete harmony. It's kind of, you've been through all the major stages of something. You've learned the lessons. You've proved your power to yourself. Yeah, and there's harmony, this beautiful wreath, right? This cycle, this growth, life, abundance. That's you. Okay. And then you have Judgment. So it's Judgment in reverse. In the upright, it's usually like a rebirth. It's an angel. I believe it's the angel Gabriel, like blows his horn, right? And there's a rising up of the dead. It's bringing up past energies. In reverse, it's either a delay of dealing with past energies, but to be honest, I don't feel that. I think this is you leaving the past behind. I think metaphorically you've already had a judgment, but it was with yourself. I don't know if this is gonna land, but it's almost like you, yeah, somewhere along the line here, it's like you manifested that own self-confidence with the tools, with the knowledge, with the power that you had, and you came into like this fullest version of yourself. And even if you're not quite there, if you're not, you know, exactly where you want to be right now, it's almost like you are harnessing this energy of like, yeah, I can do this. And maybe that happened to you in hangman mode when you were like, oh my God, I'm pregnant with good ideas, right? I'm full up of good ideas. Now I gotta pop these babies out into the world. That is so gross. I'm so sorry I said that. It's not gross, it's beautiful. Yeah, but again, bathed in light. In the reverse, maybe there was a resistance to it in the past, and if we get Judgment in the upright, it's that rebirth. It's that like a literal judgment, making a judgment call on where you want to move forward, of how you want to like literally go up the stairs, move towards, well, ascend, right? But move towards happiness, move towards this beautiful warmth of whatever you're trying to manifest in your life. And the fact that that's clarified by the world, those two cards actually fall next to each other, right? It's 20 and 21. So it's like I think maybe you're not quite here yet. You're not quite the world, but you have the potential to be, because it came up in the you spot. And it's almost like there's just this lingering energy of deciding where does your heaven lead to? What is this place, maybe? What is it you want to ascend to be? I feel like that's a little bit vague. I'm going to pull just one more, see if I can get anything off of it. But it's all really good energy, being bathed in light. Interesting. Okay, so you have Lovers in reverse. So in the upright, this is the card of Gemini, and it's what it looks like. It's the lovers, right? It's two people that love each other. But it can also absolutely be choosing what you love. And it comes from a place of emotions in your heart. I know I've heard some tarot readers say they're not the thinkers, right? They're not called the thinkers or the doers. They're the lovers. It's choosing what you want to invest in with your heart. Now, in the upright, that's what it is. In the reverse, it can have different meanings. This could be realizing that you are okay on your own, that you don't need to rely on somebody else to chase your dreams. And it might just be that you're working to manifest that perfect partner, if that resonated with like that Queen of Wands sunshine energy. And maybe when I was saying like, but there's one last thing that's missing. If it is partnership, if it is finding that person that really makes you feel like your whole self or whatever, well, I don't know if I want to phrase it like that. Finding that person who complements you and there's good balance there, maybe that's the one thing that you are trying to work on, that you are trying to manifest a little bit. And it sounds like you're on the right path. Like you've been doing a lot of self-work and like confidence building, realizing that you are strong in your power. I'm also getting no longer romanticizing the idea of love. It's like you're no longer putting love, these are both in reverse, you're no longer putting love on the pedestal of the end-all be-all of what determines your happiness, which is fantastic, right? Love should only make your life let me rephrase. I was going to say less complicated, but it should contribute positively to your life. It shouldn't be causing you extra stress or this or that. And so maybe in the past you had kind of like a whimsical fairy tale idea of love. Oh, this is how it's going to be. And whatever transformation you went through here, I think you may be changing your mind a little bit with that rebirth. It's almost like you no longer put love up on that pedestal. That's what I mean, like the pedestal, right? You no longer are putting love up on that pedestal of you accomplishing everything you want in the world. And I'm not saying that, you know, it doesn't feel like you're jaded and you're just like, oh, like, you know, F love, like it's not that. It's a better understanding of what love is. I hope that lands. So other people, or I'm sorry, this is your outside environment. So the energy around you, or possibly how people, I don't know if it's how people view you, but it could be other perspectives. I guess it could be how others see you. You have the moon. So the moon is about mystery and illusion. It's a very small circle of light in an otherwise dark sky, right? So not everything can be seen in moonlight. And sometimes what you see, it tricks the eye, right? There's shadows. Let's see what we can get from this. It's sometimes the card of Pisces or Cancer. Cancer is ruled by the moon. I don't know if that means anything to anyone. Or if your moon sign has been relevant in any of this. Let's see. What can we get for the moon? Okay, so the Three of Cups in reverse. What's around you? So Three of Cups in reverse. Generally a really happy card, right? It's reunions, it's celebration, it's hanging out with your friends, your loved ones, sharing cups. Cups are emotions, right? Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. I think this is a Cancer card, Three of Cups. But it's in reverse. So I'm thinking that the people maybe in your space, not necessarily your friends, it could be coworkers, but kind of people in your energy, people you're interacting with throughout the day, are not in this lighthearted energy that you are. They're in this kind of like shadowy, maybe some more negative vibrations, and they're not celebrating. They might be feeling like lonely or isolated. And my caution to you would be careful, because you don't want to be around people who, again, friends, coworkers, you know, lovers, whatever it is, who don't vibe off of that same positive internal energy. There is kind of like a darker connotation to the moon card. Some people don't like the moon card, but I think it all depends on the spread, obviously. Yeah, but this, what's clarifying the moon card is people not being all that happy, people not celebrating, people not being inclusive. Maybe people being kind of like judgmental, or, yeah, I'm almost getting kind of like mean girl energy. And that can sometimes happen when you're kind of vibing high and people see it. They like, it's noticeable that you are in this better mental, emotional state, and you're coming in like, yeah, victory. People don't like that sometimes. And that can sort of help you kind of weed out who you don't need impacting you in your space. You know, surround yourself with people who also have a lot of self-respect and self-love and equal drive and ambition. People who support you. And I don't think that's what that is here. And I don't necessarily know if they're saying it to you, so that would also be a caution. Is that, yeah, in your environment, there are some people who are kind of like low-key hating a little bit. And I think it's just jealousy. It feels a little bit petty. I don't think it's people who are trying to backstab you, but again, yeah, when you shine really bright, not everyone's going to like that, and it's unfortunate, but that is sometimes how people are. One more for that. Yeah. Yeah, you have Ten of Cups in reverse. So Ten of Cups is complete and pure happiness. It's emotional, right, with the cups. It's fairy tale, it's beautiful, it's bliss, it's your heart just full up of joy. And the opposite, it's like these cups are being drained, they're emptied. It's like you're the fire, if you will, sort of, you're this bright energy, Taurus, and all these cups around you are just kind of empty. Like they don't have anything to offer, and you have everything to offer. Yeah, it feels a little icky, I'm not going to lie. So I'm not going to linger too much on it. I would just say be careful of who you're really sharing your energy with. I think that's what it is. Because it isn't you, it's outside your environment, it's what's surrounding you, it's it's how other people are viewing you, and I think it's with, you know, like low-key pettiness or criticism or just whatever. Don't even give it a second thought. So your next card is the Ace of Swords, new ideas, new communication, new thoughts. Let's see, so your guidance. Let's see what you are. Ooh, that flew out. So you have the, I believe this is the King of Cups. I know this card always throws me because it looks more feminine to me, but I believe that crown is the King of Cups in reverse. We'll get there. And then you also have this fly out, the Page of Pentacles. All right. So pages are earth signs, and it did come up with pentacles, so that's double earth. That's good. You're in, I do think you are in, well, let's see. Yeah, whatever this idea that was, when you were in Hangman energy, that was like you were pregnant with ideas, so to say, right? There was something you were wanting to, there was creativity inside of you that was waiting to come out. There's some project you're working on with this Page of Pentacles, and you're kind of looking at the finer details of it. You may be doing some planning of it. It could be career related. It could just be some hobby that you're passionate about. Yeah. I don't think it is, you may be being a little bit secretive about it, but it's a new idea that you're excited about. It might be studying of some kind if you're pursuing maybe like a new degree. This King of Cups is throwing me a little bit. It's in reverse. This card always kind of freaks me out in the upright. It's kind of a darker energy, and usually yeah, it's just interesting. So in the upright, King of Cups is someone who is the king of love, right? He's very skilled in his emotions. Him or her, doesn't matter, like gender, whatever, doesn't matter. It's typically the card of Scorpio. Well, this specific king is, I shouldn't say that, it's not the card of Scorpio. King of Cups is scorpionic energy, if you will. But yeah, in the upright, the King of Cups can be kind of a family man. He rules with his emotions, with his love. And it's not that he's overly emotional. Again, he's skilled. He's trained to know who to give emotions out to. But he does things with good intentions in mind. You know, he cares deeply about people. But it's in the reverse. It's in the reverse. And then the upright, just going off of what this card is depicting alone, it's like this person is waiting for something. They look a little bit bored or even complacent. Okay, it almost looks like it's like this high angle perspective, right? And it doesn't look like there's water in that cup, which again doesn't make sense being the King of Cups, but let's just go with this for argument's sake. And even the land around them, it's very kind of dark and desolate. It's like they almost got shipwrecked on this place, and now they're waiting for the ocean to take them back, and they're just kind of growing bored. Like, there's not a lot of happy energy here in the upright, so I'm not even that concerned that it's in the reverse, because at least in the reverse, it's like this beautiful color is coming from above in the reverse, if that makes sense. So if it's your energy, it's almost like you need to be swept up and brought to new places. But the only thing I would say is that I don't think you shouldn't be holding out your cup waiting for the universe to fill it up, right? That's never a good thing. Cups meaning water, meaning emotions, things that make you happy. You need to go after it. And so in the upright, where this person's just waiting and they're complacent, maybe you are chasing after it. Maybe you've decided to get up off your ass, right, Taurus? And I mean, you know, Tauruses can kind of settle into the home, much like Cancers can. They can be homebodies. They love themselves a good blankie and a couch, right? I can relate to that. So maybe it is this energy, this new idea of actually chasing after what you were originally manifesting, this creativity that was inside of you, this newfound power and magic that you know you have, maybe you're actually getting out there and you're doing some studying, or you're really looking into the finer details of this project. You're mapping it out, you're planning it, you're looking at your finances and thinking, okay, I have this, how can I make this grow? How can I make this more beneficial to me? How can I be more abundant in this field of study, or something like that. I don't think emotions are your main focus right now. I'm sorry, I shouldn't say emotions. I don't think love is your main focus right now. And I mean, as it shouldn't be if you have these people in your immediate environment. I think it's okay, you know, at least during, excuse me, the month of April to maybe just focus on you, focus on your career, focus on what fills your cup, what makes you happy, without seeking validation from the outside. What makes you feel like this, Taurus? Right? I think that's the energy of your spread. So in your outcome, you have the Seven of Swords. These don't really show you much. This is just so you can kind of get an idea. But Seven of Swords is sometimes the liar, cheater, thief card. I don't think it is in your case. Sometimes it's doing things secretively, not wanting to be seen. It could be a little bit of anxiety of if you're making the right move or not. It could be a hesitancy to move away from something, or to leave something behind. Let's see what we can get for the Seven of Swords for Taurus. The Two of Wands. So wands are fire, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Two of Wands is choosing a path. It's like sometimes it's being at a crossroads. Wands frequently has to do with travel or even like business, career. What are we passionately moving forwards towards? And the way her hand is on both, it's almost like you're at a standstill. It's like, I'm getting a couple things. It's like you're bracing yourself for the future. I think you're having one last of, I think I can do this. Like, but it's like you're trying to talk yourself up to it because maybe there is still a little bit of anxiety. Even though you are in this King of Wands energy and you've come through with this recent victory, it's like now you know you have to move on to the next step. And maybe there is kind of like that last minute, like, I got this, right? I think, yeah, no, I got this. It looks like you're bracing yourself, or this person in the card is bracing themselves. It could literally be leaving your home. Remember how I was saying Taurus can be homebodies, which no shade, I'm totally a homebody. But yeah, whatever this is that you're chasing, it requires you to leave the home. And it might require you to pick a certain path. Yeah, like there might be one direction you could go or another. Even in this project, if it's like centrally based around your career or your work, or even like an artistic project, it's possible with the King of Wands. It's like, okay, well, I could take my business here, I could go that way with it, or I could focus more on this concept of it and really see if that kind of grows. And yeah, there's a decision here. And it's clarifying the Seven of Swords. Let's see what else we can get. I do think it has to do with which way you want to move. And with what tools are you going to metaphorically take with you on this journey? Or, again, if it's not a physical movement, it's whatever passion, right, with wands, whichever wand you're choosing to focus on. Because ultimately you can't hold two and get any work done, right? You're going to have to free up one of those hands so you can focus on one thing at a time, or devote passion to one thing at a time, right? So it can be the best it can be. Yeah, it's like, what supplies do you need to take with you? That's vague, but I'm going to see what else I can get. So King of Wands in reverse. Okay, so you are currently in this King of Wands energy, right? I'll show them both to you. This is what was depicted with the victory card, right? Where you're having new ideas and new passions, new creativity. It's a really good energy, right? And then you have this King of Wands in reverse. And this King of Wands does kind of have a more feminine aspect to it, but it is the king, I believe. So yeah, it's choosing which you're going to vibrate on? Which kind of creative energy are you going to harness into this project? Is it lower vibration or is it higher vibration? Is it the best you, or is it more the I'm getting like creatively blocked actually. It's like a mirror reflection though, right? It's the King of Wands and the higher vibration and the lower vibration. Darker energy here. I think that's so funny when the darker cards come up in the reverse anyway. There is something I'm getting about like being petty or lower vibrational. Let me see what else I can pull for this. It might be putting yourself out there, the more I look at this, because with the Seven of Swords, it's kind of like that sneaking into the night, not wanting to be caught or not wanting to be seen. But here it's like the wind is flowing through her hair. She's out in the bright light. She's stepped out from the house, and she knows like she's going out into the world. People are going to see her. This is not hermit mode, right? It's moving forward with a walking stick. Passion. Here it's like, even in the upright, this King of Wands is creative, but they're in their throne being creative, if that makes sense. There isn't a lot of movement here. I mean, all kings sit in their throne, right? But she's looking down. She looks kind of sad. He or she, doesn't matter with the gender. It's in the reverse. So it's almost like resisting your true power. Taurus, you have all these fiery wands around you, really, and generally really good fiery energy wands. Like this is such a great celebratory energy, and it's celebrating you. It's celebrating your passion and movement forward towards that wish fulfillment. You're doing the work towards something that you're really passionate about. But maybe it's like once you're no longer just like hatching the idea, or like the gestation period is over, it's like when you actually need to move forward with all that's happened, I am getting like maybe you're questioning yourself just a little bit. You're feeling a little bit hesitant to really express yourself creatively. You're questioning if you actually want to put yourself into the world and take this risk. Because here it's very safe. Here you're on your own. But when it actually comes to showing, I'm just getting creativity, but it could be for work, but showing your project off, showing off whatever it is you've been working on, there's this brace before you leave home of like, can I really do this? And that's sort of what I was picking up with that card anyway. I'm going to take one more for you. All right, the Five of Cups in reverse. So that's good. The Five of Cups in the upright is the crying over spilt milk. She's very depressed, right? In the traditional deck, it's like you're only focusing on these spilt cups that didn't bring you any emotional fulfillment, and you're not even seeing the possibility of these two cups because you're so focused on those. Now here she's looking kind of forward, but she's still looking down, right? In the upright, she hasn't yet been illuminated to these ideas, right? She's still in this kind of sad energy, this dark energy, sort of like wanting to hide, right? Like curl up in the metaphorical blanket and just kind of escape from the world. You can't do that anymore. Something is pushing you to really express yourself and kind of get out of like the comfort zone a little bit, which, you know, everybody always cringes when they hear, right? That's scary. It's scary to get out of your comfort zone, but it is sort of reminding me of the Hangman here. It's like these ideas have been illuminated to you, so don't resist them. Move forward with what you've learned and transform. And the way that it's like, this was in the reversal, right? So in the upright, it's like she's not seeing the sun. She's staying in the shadow. She's staying in the dark. She's staying in, like I was saying, the darker energy, the reverse, the lower vibrational energy of that King of Wands. So in the reversal, it's almost encouraging you to like, no, like stand in that power of this King of Wands, right? Stop looking at what didn't work out in the past, the spilled cups, and focus on the cups that are still upright. Am I seeing that right? Yeah, these upright cups. I mean, they're all in reverse here, but just stick with me here. This sun, it's like choosing the light over the dark. In the upright, you're staying in the dark. Come out of that energy, right? You don't need to linger in that any longer. Don't shroud yourself in that robe. Oh, and how I was saying, you know, 13 is 12 is the Hangman, right? After comes transformation, death. Doesn't this kind of look like a death of sorts? Like the robed figure. All she needs is like a little sickle, he or she. It's like transformed. Get rid of that, like, that energy that needs to change so you can move forward onto your Six of Cups. And you have your Six of Cups over here, right? That's that nostalgia, that happy childhood energy. It makes you feel young. It fills your heart with joy. And you have that with all these joyous cards, right? So this is like releasing things of the past that didn't serve you, that you felt like wasted your emotional energy. It's releasing that and moving towards the sun. Stop like sulking and sitting in that. Even just self-doubt. Embrace this. And the only way to embrace that, it's like you're at the crossroads, right? Where you have to leave and step out of your comfort zone. All right, so I think that's what I got for you. I just want to make sure I explained it all. Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer. I forget what the world is. I'm sorry. I'm going to have to look that up. It's just not coming to me right now. You do have Gemini. You have the Hangman twice, reversed and upright. The Hangman is Pisces. The Knight of Pentacles, I believe, is Virgo. The Fool. Is the Fool Aries? I believe the Fool is Aries. King of Wands, Queen of Wands, so Capricorn and Leo. You have Leo again with the Sun. The Magician, I believe, is Gemini. Is that right? Oh my god, I'm second guessing it now. I'm going to pull one more for your outcome. Then I'm going to get bottom of the deck energy. So you have the Page of Swords. I was feeling something artistic, right? It's not swords. Did I say the Page of Swords? It's the Page of Wands. Again, you got all those wands, fiery, creative energy. And there is this need to want to do this in seclusion, in the dark. Meaning a couple things. Go outside in nature, for one thing, with the Magician card and that Two of Wands, that post outside the house. And, you know, bring your painting to like an artist community. Again, like-minded, similar people who are vibrating high like you are, Taurus. You don't need to do it in the dark anymore. Embrace that light side. See how this is glowing? There's that wand and it's glowing. It's illuminating this creativity. Go with that. And maybe you're just not used to feeling this. Maybe this coming into power is maybe a newer feeling for you with that Page energy. But yeah. So let's see. Bottom of the deck here is Libra. I'm so sorry. So it's Justice in reverse. I don't know why I said Libra, but it is the card of Libra. Justice in reverse with the Page of Wands. So you literally have that twice, both in the upright. But this person is outside, right? They're sharing their creative energy with other people. They're chasing after their dreams. They're leaving their comfort zone. I'm getting that you're no longer being blindly guided. I think you have a much clearer direction of where you want to go. Your intuition is telling you with the moon, right? You could be moving towards, well, no, I'm not going to say that. I was going to say moving towards a Libra because you did have a couple, you had Justice and like the 11-11 card balance, but I actually don't think that, so I take it back. But maybe it'll resonate for some of you. She's using her intuition, her inner knowing to balance the scale, but she's still got that sword, right? It's almost like she's having to feel her way because she's blind. In reverse, it's like trust your instincts. If you're feeling handicapped or stuck, like you can't move forward because you're a little bit fearful, because the future is unwritten, right? You don't really know what awaits when you enter that painting in the gallery or you do this, that, but there's some balance there. There is safety in the path you're headed down. So go after it. Oh my goodness, this has been a long video. Sorry, Taurus. But I hope that helped. All this energy is really beautiful. Careful of who you're expressing your energy and your creative projects to. But ultimately, yeah, it seems like for progression forward, leave your comfort zone, I think is what I'm going to leave it at. Okay? I hope that was helpful. If you liked it, please hit the like button. I would love it if you subscribed to my channel or even left a comment for me. I would love to know what resonated. And other than that, thank you so much for joining me today, Taurus. I will see you in May. That has been your April spread, and best of luck to you. Bye, guys.